Well, hello, class. Many of you have already turned in your resume, a first draft, to me over the past week or so. And for the most part, most of them are pretty good. In fact, all of them are pretty good, depending on what field you're in or where you are in your career, whether it be some of you are already established in your careers and are looking to update your resume, and others are just starting out and, really don't feel like you have too much to put in there. I made some comments on some of your resumes and maybe some I haven't, but everyone got the maximum points because, you had already looked at it, did some work on it, and that's fine. But um, I'm trying to get you to look at a few things when you're talking about a resume, and I thought I would make a webcam about it for you. For one thing, um, what they're looking for out there now in corporate America, whether you are in school or whether you are established and so forth, yeah, granted, they're interested in things that you've done in the past. Obviously, if you have a really good work ethic and a good work history and a sound skill set, that's fine. You certainly should post it and you should give your chronology of work. But what is really striking these days is in a resume and what hits them right off the bat. Yeah, you can have an objective, but most importantly, they want to know what it is that you could do now. They are looking at your present skill sets. What can you give to a company that you're applying for? What is it that they need? Okay? How can you supplement that ad that they are putting in the paper or posting online or however word of mouth or however you're finding about the job? That's the real world. People feel that, okay, I post my resume online. I know it's in there. They're going to take a look at it. They even have software now that kind of screens resumes before people actually take a look at it. So I think it's really, really important for you to be able to put something on your resume that is going to hit somebody right in the face, okay? It's going to talk about what you could do for them now. How can you make a difference? No company is going to pay you a salary just because, you have maybe an education or skills at something that they're maybe going to use or not. They want to be sure what you post are things that they are going to use. So that's what's really important. So you want to make sure that you get those skill sets up there first. That's the number one thing. Then under the skill sets, and make sure that everything lines up on the resume. It should, you shouldn't have stuff that is all over the place. You get dates on one side of the resume, and you've got, different your skill sets lined up with headings and subheadings and things. Those are confusing to readers, even software readers that are looking at this from some type of a machine before they even get to the hiring people. So what you certainly want to do is you want to make sure that those skill sets are lined up, and don't use a lot of different inks and things like that and a lot of bold. Bold doesn't impress people. All bold does is it tries to make you stick out where they may feel or not feel that you do. But what you want to do is highlight certain things that are important to bring to their attention. Make their eyes go in a certain direction based on what you're writing down. And put your skill sets in order of priority. Okay, like one, two, and three. The most important thing that you can offer the company should be right up in front. The second thing is put your work history. You don't have to go back forever. I mean, if you don't got a lot of work history, if you're just starting out in your career, just talk about maybe the most two recent places that you've worked. The thing is, if you guys are in school and you haven't graduated and you're into an internship or something like that, it's okay. If you've got experience, put it down. If you're established out there and you've been in the workforce for 10 years and you've had 3 jobs, maybe you don't want to put all of those jobs down. I mean, you might want to put the last 2 or 3 and, show them that you have a work history where you're not a job hopper, that maybe you've developed certain skills over the years. Again, how does that work history tie into your skill set of the job which you're applying for? Then, finally, your education. If you're currently in school, don't put an actual degree and a graduation year. You haven't got that degree yet. What you want to write down is something like, okay, you might write down anticipated, use words like that. Anticipated graduation with concentration in whatever it is. If it's a bachelor's degree, if it's an associate's degree, you might want to somehow highlight the program. But what really turns off a lot of employers is, you're putting down you got a degree like a BA in economics, say, and you're a sophomore, and you say anticipated graduation 2019 or 2020. A lot of things could happen in between that time. So they kind of want to currently know what your education level is. Okay? If you've already graduated, there are a few of you out there that already have degrees that have taken this course, certainly okay to outline all of those things and put those degrees in there, in their chronology. But again, you want to show what your skill set is relative to your work history and your education. Okay? So that's kind of the tip on that for now. What I want you to do is, we didn't put an updated resume in for last week's work. We're into week 3, I believe. So what I'd like you to do is post a resume with some of my comments and some of what you're hearing from this video. Write update on that. Put the date you're sending it, and it'll be due on the 10th of June when this particular week is over. Okay, that's about it. Have a good week.